Guys, we are big fans of the Wood Max wood chipper. We've got the MX 8600 here. We bought this with our own money, actually bought it used with a couple hours on it. And we've been wood chipping just literally dump truck loads of wood chips. In fact, the other day, I spent about 6 hours and reduced this 6-foot by 30-foot tall pile of pine trees, pine trunks, pine branches, pine needles, and turned it into probably one dump truck load of wood chips in about 6 hours. And just absolutely love this machine. Turned the blades once on it so far, and turned over the bed knife. So when WoodMax decided to come out with a line of flail mowers, we jumped at the opportunity to partner with them. So they sent me an FM62H. It's about a 5-foot wide flail mower with Y blades on it, and they also sent me some hammer blades, and they want me to test out the hammer blades. Now, if you're watching this video before they've released the model with the hammer blades, you'll go on their website now, and it's not offered with hammer blades. So right now, it's only offered with Y blades. And another thing I want to say before we get into this video is this is a side shift flail mower, so it's hydraulically side shifted, but I don't have rear remotes on my Kubota tractor, so I've got it centered here, and I'm going to be using it as a static flail mower. But let me lift this right here, show you the wide blades, and also talk a little bit about how to set this thing up so that it operates efficiently, because this is my third time using it, and with 2 videos out on YouTube, I've gotten a lot of suggestions and hints on how to make this thing run more efficiently and cut uneven ground better. So getting to the blades is fairly easy. It's just a couple of 18mm bolts to remove, and then you get access behind this plate to the blades. And I'll take this cover off and show you that. So 2 of the bolts you take out completely, and then 1 of them you loosen. And I'm using gear wrench ratchet wrenches. My family got me these for Christmas, and these are just awesome. I've had Craftsman style gear wrenches before, but these here are real sleek. They're almost like a snap-on finish. So I'll put a link down below if these are available on Amazon. I'm not really sure where they bought them for me at. All right, so we got this loose. We'll flip it up, and we'll show you what the Y blades look like and what they look like after a little bit of mowing. So these are the Y blades, and this is the edge that's been used already. This is the back side, so they haven't been. And there's a little bit of pitting and stuff there where I've hit the ground, and that's what I'm trying to avoid with making this video, is show you or learn together on this video of how to set it up so it doesn't hit the ground as much. So in comparison to these Y blades, and they swing this way, you have what's called a hammer blade. And these are the hammer blades. I'll be putting on this in a different video. And what I'm going to do is mow a little bit with the Y blades and then switch over to the hammer blades and mow. Now these are from the factory. I wouldn't call them dull, but I wouldn't call them super sharp. And they also have a paint finish on them. But you can see that to sharpen a hammer blade is just sharpening this edge, whereas sharpening a Y blade, you'd have to hit 3 different edges. But it looks like you can turn the Y blades around because they have an edge on the back of them like a wood chipper. So I don't know which one's better, but I know a lot of people have a lot of interest in the hammer blades. But first, let's get this thing set up correctly so it mows over uneven ground efficiently and doesn't dig in. And then also put comments down below if you have a lot of experience with this mower, and I've read a lot of comments already on my videos. Tell me what I'm doing wrong so that other people can learn as they come to the video and read the comments. The advertised beauty of flail mowers is that you can cut grass, but you can also cut tall brush with it, and it leaves like a finished mower finish no matter what you use it in. We don't have any brush out here at Piney Grove that I'm willing to put this flail mower in because it's in between all those pine trees, and I would just damage the tractor and damage the tiller. So what I have is this knee-high tough grass. Some of it is ryegrass and some of it is bahia grass, and it's stemmy and it's tough, and it should be a good challenge for the flail mower. But what I really want to accomplish is how to tilt the flail mower so that it works effectively. So the way I used it the first time was like a rototiller as far as trying to keep it level. What I will say is keeping it level worked really good in my food plot where I had rye and wheat that was like this tall, and I had clover underneath, and I wanted to give it like a haircut. So keeping it like this, probably right about at that height, was perfect. It worked flawlessly. I've got a video out on that, and it knocked off all that tall greenery and let that clover come up. But for this type of mowing, to get that finished mower look, I've got to do something different here. So I'll lower down the hydraulics, and you can see I've got it set up where the front of the skid here is like barely above the surface. And flail mowers have a roller on the back, and what they're supposed to do is ride more on that roller, and I was trying to get it to ride more flat. So I think it needs to be tilted like that. And when we look over here at where the top link is attached, you'll see it's a slot so that it can rock back and forth, and it's not a hard attachment or a hard fixed attachment. So as I look at this and think through the geometry of it, you've got a slot here where the top link goes, and you have a top slot and a lower slot. I would think the top one would give you more travel, but I have it in the bottom one. So if you know more about this, certainly put a comment down below. Help us all out. But what I'm thinking is I've got to lengthen this top link in order to let the back end of the flail mower down, and then when I'm using it, drop it to the ground until the roller hits, but don't drop it all the way. And I think that was my mistake, is I was just dropping it all the way and letting it ride on those skids over there. So let's try that. Let's lengthen the top link and tilt the mower and get it to ride on the roller. So it's easier to adjust the top link with the weight off. I'll put the tiller down and just make the top link longer. We added about 1 inch there, so we'll see how that tilts the flail. The flail is definitely tilted. So after that adjustment, now I've got like 3 fingers of space here on the front of the skid plate, which doesn't move, but you could put it down lower, and it's riding more on the roller back there. And what's keeping it from tilting back any further is I'm on the front side of the slot. So that tells me that it can tilt forward if I were to hit something. So I think I'm going to extend the top link a little bit more so it has a little bit more travel. All right, let's try that. I mean, all this top link you see here is more than it had the first time I tried it. Let's mow a couple strips and see what happens. It's always hard to see grass after it's been cut on the camera and really like show you what I can see with my eye, but what I see is that a lot of the grass is leaning towards me because that's the rotation of the mower, and because it's rotating towards the back of the tractor. So it cuts up, whatever it cuts up really fine. I mean, there's your clippings, just like a lawnmower. It's not a finish mower cut. It's not a 0-turn cut. And where it's long down there and stringy, it didn't cut well at all. So I think I've got it too high, and I think with the 3-point hitch lever, I just got to push it down lower and let it ride more in that slot. So let's do that. Let's make a pass now with it a little bit lower. All right, guys, I don't know what to tell you. Now, obviously the tractor tires are knocking the grass down, and a flail mower isn't going to have the suction of a 0-turn. So with this tall grass, it can't suck this back up and cut it up and mulch it. Now over here, where we went lower with the 3-point hitch, everything that's cut up is nice. This will decay nicely. This will enhance the soil. but you still see a knocking over effect rather than a clean cutting effect. And a clean cutting effect to me would be lifting up of the grass blades and then cutting them so that a day from now, when these stand back up, it doesn't look like a ragged cut. And we looked at the blades of the flail mower, and this flail mower works like every other flail mower out there. So leave a comment down below. How do I get a finish mower cut with a flail mower? Because I'm trying everything that everyone's suggesting, and I'm coming up with the same thing. It's a nice cut, but it's not a finish mower cut. Could it be the hammer blades versus the Y blades? I'm gonna mow about an acre with the Y blades in an upcoming video, and then I'm gonna switch to the hammer blades, and we'll see if they do better. But I'll show you how I have the top link set up now. You can see it's in a float position. It's not down all the way, it's not up all the way, it's just in a float position. And I got this up a little bit, a couple finger widths, and it's riding right on the roller. You can see the roller's collecting grass and stuff. So I don't know. I would say the cut right now is better than a brush hog cut for sure, but it is not a finish mower cut. And by finish mower, I mean a tractor finish mower. And it's not a zero turn cut either. And you know, most of your fields don't have to be, but that's what a lot of comments out there were, is that people could get a finish mower cut with their flail. So this is video, and I'm not just saying something on the internet. I'm learning and doing this right in front of you, and I'm trying to make the case that a flail mower can give you a finish mower cut, and I'm just not there yet. Well, there it is, guys. You saw what it looked like before. It was very ragged, it was very tall, and from the camera back there, I was looking through the viewfinder, it looks very good. It looks very well kept, well mowed. If you come out here and you take a closer look, you're going to see where some grass has been over, and probably it's going to stand up in a couple days and look like it wasn't just mowed. Now, on this last pass, that last segment, I went faster, and when I went faster, it tended to lay the grass down more. So if you want a really clean cut with a flail mower, you have to go slow. But I mean, there it is right there. You can see it. I mean, is that how you would want your large acreage to look? And I would say, if this is the way your large acreage looked after mowing, it's probably better than 99% of the large acreage all around Piney Grove. Except if it's been cut by a hay mower or something. So it leaves a good cut. It's up to you to decide if that's good enough for you, but if it is, then you can eliminate a finish mower. You won't need that. These are supposed to be able to do limited what a brush cutter can do. I think they can cut up to 1-inch material or something. I just don't have anything like that to demonstrate it for you without taking it in the woods and tearing it up. So this one implement could possibly replace a brush hog and a finish mower, depending on what your expectations are. But I'm really interested in what the hammer blades will do, because I think the hammer blades have a better chance at cutting cleaner, and I also think there's going to be a lot more suction with the hammer blade. One of the comments I got was that when with hammer blades, when some viewer said they started up, they say they can just feel the rush of air, and you saw those Y blades don't really capture air, they just kind of slice through the air. So that may be the ticket. It may be that hammer blades are better for a more finish-like mower cut. But that's going to do it. I'm going to go to the back plot right now, mow about half an acre with this, switch to the hammer blades, mow the rest of that acre field with it, do a comparison, kind of like what I did here. That video will be upcoming, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. But otherwise, that's all I've got. So until next time, y'all take care out there. And remember, life's short, tractor hard, and check out these two videos right here. They're totally awesome.